And welcome into another week of the Worst Squared Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm Tom with Doc and Seth. We're going to jump right into the big news and notes. Tom, terrific.
Tommy B going to make more money in 10 years as a broadcaster than he did in 22 years so far as an NFL football player.
Well, allegedly. I'm not sure if that salary game includes a bunch of bonuses and other things.
Don't know. That's what they're reporting, is the fact being that in 10 years he's going to make $375 million being an announcer. In 22 years he made $330 million as a quarterback in the NFL. Tony Romo has now made more money by the time when his new contract is over. He will have made more money as a broadcaster in less than 10 years than he did playing in the NFL.
Right. Now, one of the things that I thought about this, Fox has a Super Bowl this year, and they have it again 2 years from now. Mm-hmm. So I think if the Bucs are out, he's announcing the Super Bowl.
I think that would be a very distinct possibility as a special color commentator for the game.
Yeah.
Is he going to bring the tequila with him?
The avocado tequila? Boy, I hope so. Now, the other thing, of course, is that this is going to take effect after his playing career is over. My guess is this is his final year. Worst case scenario, he has 2 more years, and then he'll be fully in 2024 when Fox has a Super Bowl.
There's no doubt that he's going to play 1 year, 2 year maximum than he's done, depending upon how well he does and whether his health holds up, whether he doesn't get destroyed playing quarterback.
Right. Go ahead.
Good for him. Glad he's getting paid.
Absolutely.
Wish everybody got paid like that.
Yeah. So one of the things that they're talking about, too, is this is not just an announcer deal. So he's going to be an ambassador for Fox.
Oh, yeah.
So basically there's several things I see potentially happening here. Of course, one is he's the new face of Fox Television. I mean,
Fox Sports, yes. Fox Television.
No, Fox Television. He's going to be a judge on The Masked Singer. He's going to be a judge on American Idol. He's going to be, all these different things. He's going to be out there.
I don't think he'll be on American Idol. Masked Singer possibly, but not American Idol.
He's going to be on all of these shows.
If he is, then Fox is probably going to get better ratings than they're getting now. Which, I couldn't name you a Fox show other than those two probably.
Yeah, I'm not sure that, other than all the other Masked Singer related ones, I Can See Your Voice. What's the other one? I don't know. I mean, there's all these different shows. I know there's 911 is their big show that they hype all the time during stuff, and I can't watch that show either.
The last time I watched a show on Fox, NBC, ABC, or CBS that wasn't sports related.
Yeah, and the other thing that apparently this has been in the works for a while. So here's my big conspiracy theory thing.
Uh-oh.
I think...
Tinfoil hat time?
No, I think that what happened when John Madden died is Fox said, there is nobody in football...
You're the man.
There is nobody in football like John Madden.
Oh, there's not.
Who can be the closest to John Madden? Who could be synonymous with football? I don't know. The guy who has 7 Super Bowl rings?
Yeah. Good call. The only other person that would come to mind about his personality I don't think would fit with that is Belichick.
Oh, Belichick would never do this. And he's 70.
But Belichick's personality, when you get off the air, is people have said on record that he is one of the funniest people walking the face of the earth. And yeah, but he's 70 years old, not going to happen.
Yeah.
And he can squat like 4 million pounds too.
What?
He can squat like 4 million pounds.
Oh, he's a stud. Yeah, Brady, when you think about football, you think about Tom Brady. There's no doubt. The only other person that comes to mind is possibly Aaron Rodgers, depending upon whether you like him or hate him.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if you came out there and just said, name a starting quarterback in it. And the other thing that they had this week, too, they had a Formula One race in Miami. Mm-hmm. They had a picture that destroyed the internet of Brady, Michael Jordan, and what's-his-face, David Beckham. Mm-hmm. And then another one with Jordan.
That's because they all own part of the Miami Football Club.
Jordan doesn't own part of the Dolphins, does he?
No, the football club, the soccer team.
Oh, the soccer team. Okay. Well, that makes sense. So, I mean, they have all these guys there.
You have
all
to say
these...
football club.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not football. It's football.
So they have all these guys there. So now Brady is ascending in that level of
Well, he's been there. It's just a matter of what he wants
I know,
to do.
but ever since he left New England, it's just exploded.
That's because he gets to show his personality, and we know his personality is absolutely spot on for what he is.
So another thing that got me thinking is, what's Brady's next move?
Ownership.
So now he has made, this will be $700 million that he's made, okay? Well, right now, that's what you need to put down on a club. Actually, it's not quite enough.
Yeah.
You need $1 billion.
But with Giselle's money, they've got more than enough to do that now.
Okay, so now they're at $1 billion. They can put down the money.
Well, plus you got the TB12 brand. You've also got the Hertz
The
money,
endorsements and all that
all the endorsements that he's gotten.
He'll have over $1 billion that he's made in his career when the time this contract is over with.
Okay, so that's the next step. So the other thing that I got thinking about is, why not have, you're going to go ahead and make Tom Brady this brand for Fox, right? Well, what else would make Brady synonymous with football? A video game. Now, it's not just Madden.
It's going to be Brady.
Brady football.
You know?
By EA? You think they're
somebody. I don't know who. I mean, they're going to find somebody.
I don't think you
do anything
compete
but
with
think
Madden.
about this conspiracy stuff. Do you think anything else besides football during the week at all?
Yes.
I'm going to tell you right now, if Brady
What?
becomes an owner of an NFL team, I'm already a fan.
I'll be a fan just because it's Tom Brady.
I'll be a fan as long as it's not the Giants.
Maybe it'll be the second NFL franchise.
If it's Giants,
in Texas.
if it's the Giants, I'm going to.
Or in Dallas.
You mean Dallas?
Yeah.
See,
It's
maybe
gonna
it'll
be
be the Komodos he buys.
Oh, thank God! Please, God, please, God, please let Tom Brady buy the Commodes.
We couldn't call it the Commodes anymore. Well, we still cancel doing that freaking
He'll change the name. We can call it the Giselles. I don't care.
You, sir, have not gone to church enough for that to happen.
Oh, that is 100% accurate.
You will need to say some Hail Marys.
Oh, yeah, I will have to do.
I've seen your Twitter account. I'm getting you a Bible and some clothing.
You've got to do
Yes, I will have to do a lot. I mean, a lot of self-work. That is for sure.
Plus, nobody wants to, with those nasty flip-flops and this nasty-ass toe you have.
That's true. Nobody wants to
Have you
see
seen
that.
his toe?
No, I don't want to either.
Disgusting.
Oh, it's bad. It's
No.
getting better, though.
Trust me, I get this. Hey, Doc, what does this look like to you? All the time.
Yeah. Well, I know what happened to mine. I dropped
like
a
a-
freaking shelving unit
Looks
on.
like a mangled
That's why
toe.
adults should not play with comic books.
That is
wasn't a
factually
joke.
incorrect.
Okay, so let's talk about something football related rather than just your conspiracy theories with Tom Brady. How does
Okay,
that sound?
sure.
Okay, not a lot of moves being taken right now. There's a lot of rookies being signed.
Lots of signings.
In fact, the Kansas City Chiefs signed a rookie to a contract, their second round draft choice, and the NFL rejected it. And they had to redo two parts of it and get it sent back in, and they accepted the second one. So these contract negotiations, even though they are pretty much standard, sometimes they vary their language from time to time, which is why people hold out like the Bosa's did.
There wasn't a whole lot of variance on most of the first rounders. There was a guy that came out, I forget what his name was, that was going to leak a bunch of the contract information and said, they're all the damn same. I'm not going to put much effort into this.
Yeah,
Yep.
There's no need to. They're all the language. Some of the language is changed by what's called a clawback or a grabback if they cut the player before another team signs him. And then it's standard. So everybody will be in camp on time unless there's just something bizarre take place. A few veterans got cut. One in particular was
James Bradbury, cut by the Giants. He's a cornerback. Now, he was making, I think, $10 million with the Giants, and the Giants had agreed to a deal with the Texans for a late-round pick, but Bradbury would not sign an extension with the Texans.
Would you?
I would, because it's in Texas, where there's no state income tax.
Okay.
So I like my money. I'd go down there and play and at least give it a shot. And if I hated it after I got down there, then I'd raise a big ruckus and try to get traded.
You'd pull a Hopkins and get traded.
Yeah, I'd be a DeAndre Hopkins and hold out and then have to take PEDs or something.
Yeah.
Now, I've read that the Raiders are extremely interested.
There's lots of teams extremely interested in him.
The Raiders is the one that is really out there that they're...
When you're that bad of a team, why are the Giants cutting a player who's useful to them?
Because they don't have the cap room to sign their two first-round picks.
Because they're that crappy of a team, financially.
Faux show.
Because the last GM absolutely screwed everything up associated with the Giants.
Well, and John Mara is a worthless piece of garbage. So there's
spoken like a true Redskins fan.
Well, no, I even if I wasn't a Commodes fan, I would still hate John Mara because he's a piece of crap.
Wow, it's kind of harsh.
I'm just calling it like it is.
Okay.
Now,
I mean, he's not wrong.
Good, thank you. The
only
Ravens.
thing you like about it's the daughter, right?
He likes.
I like the daughter. You keep looking
He
at
likes
him.
the Chiefs daughter.
He likes Gracie.
I'm with Gracie. Team Gracie.
I have no idea what
Not
these two
Team
women
Brittany,
look
Team
like,
Gracie.
so you're completely.
Oh my gosh, you're the worst. I can't take you
You don't
anywhere.
know who looks like?
Any of them. He doesn't know who any of them are.
Google work?
I haven't tried it.
He wouldn't. He doesn't know how to work
Oh
Google.
my god.
He's the worst. All right, the
You
Ravens
wouldn't
signed.
remember the names anyway. It's not that big of a deal.
Right.
No.
You'd be looking up
It'd be
Jeff Hunt.
Yes, exactly. It'd be some dude in a bar in Kansas City.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Is the food good and is the beer cold?
Oh my god.
I'm sure the food.
Moving on. The Ravens signed Mike Davis, who was cut by the Falcons, adding to their stable of running backs, to me, further reducing the value of J.K. Dobbins.
But Davis's house then got broken into the next night, and he lost a bunch of memorabilia.
Well, he lost a bunch of jewelry, yeah.
He lives in Baltimore, which is why Baltimore signed him to a very.
And they released Tyson Williams.
And let's be real. Exactly how good is Mike Davis if Atlanta cut him?
Well, yeah. I mean, he's just a depth signing and if J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards don't come back from their knee injuries.
Both blow out knees. Mike Davis is a good pickup there.
Yeah. Now, the Ravens are also showing interest in Jarvis Landry.
Well, Jarvis Landry's picking up a lot of interest from Green Bay, Tennessee, and Baltimore. Of those three teams, the teams that need him the most, definitely Baltimore. Who's their wide receiver?
Baltimore or Green Bay?
I'd say Tennessee needs him as well, but not near as much as what those two other teams.
Yeah. Baltimore has to do
Tennessee
something.
is actually in cap hell for another 3 weeks until we get the June 1st cuts come in. Then we can actually we'll have roughly $15 million for the salary cap space at that point in time. Did you hear what the coach of the Atlanta Falcons said today, speaking about a worthless team?
No, not about. I didn't hear what he said today.
He supposedly tweeted is the fact being
Arthur Smith.
Yeah. He goes, I don't care about our salary cap situation. We're going to put the best players out there. They're going to fight the best they can, whether it's dead money or not. They have $68.5 million worth of dead cap money this year.
Now, 15 of it is Julio, and 42 of it is Matt Ryan.
It's Matt Ryan. Yeah.
So when he says they're going to put the best players out there, should we be expecting a phone call? Because that's about all they can afford at this point.
Oh, it is bargain basement shopping out there right now. I guarantee it.
I'll do it for $100,000 a game.
Atlanta is going to be
Maybe 50.
in contention for the #1 draft pick.
I think Atlanta's not going to be as bad as you think they are.
Oh, no, they are.
They're probably going to be worse.
We'll see.
Yes, I agree with Seth. They are probably going to be worse than I think they are.
Okay. How much time do you have till break, Seth?
About 2 minutes.
Okay, who are your worst 3 teams in the AFC? Seth?
I haven't given that much thought. I was trying to get everything set up because you keep tearing down my studio over time.
Jacksonville, Houston, Jets.
Okay.
Man, I don't know about.
I have Jacksonville. I want to put Pittsburgh in there, but their defense is too good.
There's no chance.
I can't. I think they're the worst team in
Mike
that
Tomlin
division.
has never won less than 8 games.
They're the worst team in that division.
Yes.
And so,
Yeah, but they're still probably going to be 8.
They're the worst team in the division with the best defense.
yeah. And, okay, in the AFC West, the worst team is
The
Denver.
Broncos.
But they're not one of the worst. They might be one of the worst 3 teams in the AFC, but because you have to have somebody else there.
Huh?
I mean,
The Broncos?
Well, you got to have. There's going to be 3 worst teams. The worst team. I don't think Jacksonville's going to be as bad as you think they are. Houston, I think, is by far the worst team in the AFC at this point in time. AFC North, the worst team is Pittsburgh. AFC South is Kansas. Is Houston.
When you're talking
and
about
Jacksonville.
wins, the 3 lowest win total teams will be Jacksonville, Houston, and the Jets.
Same thing like last year. 4-13, 4-13, 3-14.
They could all win 6 games, but that's the top.
And then you have a gap from last year. You have 7-10 with Denver, which they made some pretty good movements with Russ and some other players.
That's your thoughts. My thoughts are they didn't help themselves at all trading Russ.
Well, okay, that's fair.
Trading for Russ.
They're still
9-8, 10-7.
They're still twice as good as the other 3. And then you have Baltimore 9-8, and then Cleveland
I've got Baltimore.
9-8.
I've got Denver
8
going
and 9,
6 or
sorry.
7 wins tops.
Okay. Well, obviously, we're going to need to discuss that more. The only other thing that I've got on here is Sony Michel is supposed to be signing with the Dolphins, who already signed in free agency Chase Edmonds and Raheem Mostert, and had incumbents Myles Gaskin and Savon Ahmed. Okay.
I can't figure out what they're doing other than just signing people and hoping one of them works out.
I don't know. I don't. Well, signing somebody because you've signed Raheem Mostert is smart
I don't disagree.
because he is only going to play
8
this
games.
many games.
8 games tops.
Maybe.
Yeah, 8 games tops before he hurts himself doing something stupid like walking up the stairs.
Right. So I mean, I guess.
That's why Miami's the worst team, in my opinion, in the AFC East.
Oh, no way. They're better than the Jets.
We'll see.
Way better than Jets. We'll be back in a second.
Keep the pest at bay, call TNT and we'll blow them away. For a pest-free home or business, you need the best. You need TNT, prompt and professional pest control with custom plans tailored just for you. Call TNT Pest Control at 209-9225.
Being in a car accident is one of the most overwhelming and terrifying experiences that you can have. You must then deal with the physical and emotional trauma caused by the accident. Spinal ligament injury is the #1 leading cause of pain and disability following a car accident. If you or a loved one have had a car accident, there's a high likelihood that you've suffered spinal ligaments injury. Here at Titan Medical Center, we specialize in detection, diagnosis, and treatment of car accidents. Call us today.
And keep the pest at bay, call TNT and we'll blow them away. For a pest-free home or business, you need the best. You need TNT, prompt and professional pest control with custom plans tailored just for you. Call TNT Pest Control at 209-9225.
Okay, so we were having a little debate during the entire break about who is better, the Jets or the Dolphins this year. Doc said it's the Jets.
Who's got the better quarterback?
We said, who's the better quarterback, Tua or Zach Wilson? I'll take Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson. Who's got the better offensive line?
It's a pick 'em. I'd
Jets.
say barely Miami
I say the Jets.
because they signed Teron Armstead, and Teron Armstead is better than any lineman the Jets have.
I'll say the Jets because they have 2 cornerstone or bookends offensive tackles.
Mekhi Becton is one of those. He played 3 games last year.
Yep, we'll see what happens this year. Okay, running back.
Running back right now, I give it to Miami.
Miami.
Yes. I haven't seen Breece Hall in the NFL.
What have you been smoking?
I have not seen Breece Hall in the NFL in any game yet.
Any play? Name me the starting running back for the Jets. I mean for the Dolphins.
I'm assuming it's Raheem Mostert.
Okay, I'll take Breece Hall on paper over Raheem Mostert in reality any day of the week. I'll take
Good for you.
I'll take Michael Carter over him.
I'll take Michael Carter's health over Raheem Mostert, not talent.
Okay, wide receivers, the receivers court. I was wrong. You're right. The Jets are not better receiving core than what the Dolphins.
Wait a minute. Wait,
Because-
do my ears deceive me?
Because the
I'm right.
The wide receiver that the Jets drafted is a rookie going this. We don't know how he's going to
Garrett
translate.
Wilson, have no idea.
But he's going to translate really well because,
We think he will.
yeah, we thought Jalen Waddle would translate really well, and he did.
I didn't think Jalen Waddle was going to do what he did last year.
I thought he was going to translate well. He has the body to do so, just like Garrett Wilson does.
Setting the rookie record in less games, in 15 games.
Yeah, and
For
Tyreek Hill
receptions.
at this point in time is better than the #1 wide receiver for the Jets. We'll see what happens this year and see if Tyreek takes a step back. The other thing that I have going for him is the fact being who's throwing the ball to the Dolphins wide receivers.
Well, as we saw in a tweet from the Dolphins PR staff, it's a very underpowered pop gun, slow revolution Tua.
Yeah, I'll take Zach Wilson.
And if that doesn't work out, they've got Skylar Thompson from K-State, who is a
great rushing quarterback.
white version of Tua.
Yeah.
If Dak is the
Yeah,
black
it's terrible.
And
pheasant,
so, by looking at the combination wide receiver quarterback, I'll take the Jets combination over the Dolphins.
in fairness, Tyreek could have just outran the route, not having.
Which I think is going to happen a lot this year.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. So let's dive in right now to our quarterback and running back rankings post NFL draft.
Okay.
I ranked the top 12 quarterbacks. I go Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Tom Brady, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Aaron Rodgers, Dak Prescott, Matt Stafford, Kyler Murray, Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson. Mm-hmm. Now, this is for this season. This is not dynasty rankings, people. Correct. So don't freak out that Tom Brady's number 4.
And that's what mine is as well. Mine is this year and this year only.
Yep.
My top 10 are Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts. With the addition of A.J. Brown, he moves up the list into the top 5 because we know he can rush the ball. He was a top fantasy quarterback last year. The addition of A.J. Brown as a legitimate wide receiver threat makes him better. That's why he's a top 5 at this point.
I can't really argue too much with that.
Then I have Joe Burrow at number 5. I've got Tom Brady. He's not on the list because I didn't add him in, but he would be somewhere around 6 or 7 because I went back through and modified the list. And when I did this original list, he wasn't there. I just noticed that. Tom Brady would be 6 or 7 based upon health of players, that type of stuff, and who's going to be what type of play calling is going to take place, even though it should be him calling the plays. Mm-hmm. Number 6 for you is Jalen Hurts. Number 6 for me is Lamar Jackson. Number 7 for you is Aaron Rodgers. I've got A-Rod at 7 as well. Tom Brady, I'll pull again at number 8. 8 for you is Dak Prescott. Who's your number 9?
Matt Stafford.
My number 9 is Matt Stafford as well. Your number 10?
There I've got Kyler, where you've got him at 8, and you put Derek Carr in there. I'd love it if Derek Carr finished there, because that means that Devontae is going off.
Oh, Devontae's going to go off, dude.
But I just don't think that Derek Carr is going to be better than what his average is for his career, which is 14.
I think he's going to be a lot better than that.
I hope so. I think
it's
great.
He has lots of weapons around him this point in time and getting better.
I mean, you've got Mac Jones at 11 and Matt Ryan at 12, and I do not see how either of those things happen.
Yep. Matt Ryan is in the perfect situation for him. He has a stable offensive line, a stable coach. His skill positions are average.
He's throwing it to Michael Pittman, Zach Pascal, and Mo Alley Cox.
Yeah. We were saying last year all they lacked was a quarterback with leadership skills to get them to the playoffs and Super Bowl. Matt Ryan has all that. He has the offensive line he's never had before in front of him. I think Matt Ryan's going to have a career year this year, which should be a top 10 quarterback at that point.
Oh, he's not having a career year. He's not duplicating his MVP season.
We'll see.
That's no.
And we also have Julio Jones, who's probably going to end up signing in Indianapolis from all the indications.
That's kind of what it is.
If he's healthy, he'll become the number 1 wide receiver.
You ranked Deshaun Watson at 13, and let me tell you, if I knew Deshaun Watson was going to play the entire season and not be suspended, he would be my number 7.
That's why I put Deshaun Watson there based upon him being suspended for 8 games at 13.
Yeah, no way he'll finish there 13 in 9 games. No way. I mean, and that's why I can't rank him because I don't know where he's at.
He's actually going to be suspended more like 4 games, which he'll be in the top 13 at that
point. That'd be great if he's only suspended 4. Now, I have Russell Wilson at 11.
I've got him at 19.
You have him at 19.
I've got Dak Prescott at 20.
Seth.
Yeah.
Dak at 20?
No, it's way too low for a hater, but it's okay. He'll just shock the world.
Well, here's the question: what weapons did they add for him? What did they do to make him a better quarterback this year?
Drafted a new tackle.
They got rid of that bum Amari Cooper.
I can't disagree that Amari Cooper was a bum. They drafted a rookie tackle to start at left tackle.
Right tackle.
Okay, a rookie at right tackle.
Yeah.
Who's their guards?
A road grader.
Did they lose a couple of those?
Yeah, but I think they had 3 that they.
We're gonna be all right. You just keep hating.
I think they're okay.
We'll see. Who's his weapons?
There's a lot of people who think CeeDee Lamb, me included, is a top 10 wide receiver.
And there's a lot of people who say CeeDee Lamb is overrated. I've read 4 rankings in the last 2 weeks. I have him rated.
That's because the number one way to get yourself any notoriety in the in the sports world is you have to talk crap on the Dallas Cowboys.
Yep.
You have to mention LeBron, and you have to say something about the Yankees. And then you've got
like all
the
things that I'm not a huge fan
I want
of.
to see the Cowboys be successful.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You
Actually,
do
I do.
not.
I
Liar.
do. I just don't think that they did anything this year to make their offense better. They didn't change the offensive coordinator, didn't change the head coach. They didn't do anything to create any imagination or any speed for that offense.
I like some of Doc's spellings in here, like Denial Jones.
That's what spell check cut.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I love it. I love that Tyler Huntley is ranked but not ranked. He doesn't have a number. That's great.
Because I hit the insert button and moved somebody.
I got you. Let's move on to running backs real quick. I have Jonathan Taylor being the number one running back. He's the number one player overall.
And mine are done for PPR league.
Yep.
Jonathan Taylor's not exactly a stellar PPR.
Oh no, he was just the number one running back last year.
That's because Derrick Henry got hurt.
He's terrible.
And Run CMC got hurt.
Okay.
That's
the only reason.
Eckler got hurt.
That's the only reason.
No, Eckler got COVID.
That is all correct, actually. Then I have Derrick Henry, then Austin Eckler, DeAndre Swift, Nick Chubb has moved down my list. Joe Mixon, Dalvin Cook, CMC, Najee, Cam Akers. Doc has Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey, Nick Chubb, Jonathan Taylor. That's a huge mistake. Najee Harris, J.K. Dobbins. That's laughable. Austin Eckler, Dalvin Cook, Joe Mixon, Breece Hall. I don't hate Breece Hall at 10, but that means he is going to have a Rookie of the Year season.
Offensive Rookie of the Year, yes.
And I mean that's
He'll be
a
in the running
monster.
for the Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Well, I mean that's not that hard, I don't think, because there's no real quarterbacks that are out there that are going to challenge that. But
Except for when Malik.
I mean,
takes
you have
number one.
DeAndre Swift, Alvin Kamara, Javonte Williams, Aaron Jones. I mean, a lot of guys that I think are going to be monsters. And you have Michael Carter ranked 23. There's no way they have that much output to have Breece Hall and Michael Carter ranked both in the top 23.
We'll see, won't we?
Quick question: how's Alvin Kamara going to run the ball from a jail cell?
Oh, he's not going to jail.
I'm just asking for a friend.
They keep
He won't go to jail during the season. I mean, they'll have a trial probably, or they'll probably get the trial moved to 2023 and run it, right smack dab in the middle of Deshaun's.
Shouldn't that fall?
Well, the whole thing is they are supposedly now trying to reach a plea agreement in the case.
Which is what Deshaun should have done originally.
Well, Deshaun's was civil, not criminal.
Right. This is criminal.
And Alvin Kamara is going to be probably suspended for 4 games.
4 to 6.
Somewhere 4 to 6, which lowers him down that stat. Now, Alvin Kamara, I probably have him ranked too high based upon that. But if it extends it, there's no plea agreement made, and there's nothing else that takes place. Alvin Kamara could very easily play the whole season.
Oh, yeah.
With that cloud over his head.
He averages 21.1 PPR points.
Yeah, but he's got
over
to be
his
healthy
career
to be in the top 10. He hasn't been healthy very much lately.
Yeah. But on a per games played basis, his average is 21.1 points. So one of the things that's out there, I have him ranked 14, you have him ranked 13. He is a potential difference maker that you can get in the second or third round.
Yeah, easily.
That if he's not suspended, if he plays, he's a league winner.
He could be in the second or third round. That's where the ones that will win the leagues for you, or the free agent pickup that becomes a stellar pickup for you.
There's the bump. So we're going to get out of here real quick. We'll come right back and we'll continue our discussion on running backs and move into wide receivers.
Keep the pest at bay. Call TNT and we'll blow them away. For a pest-free home or business, you need the best. You need TNT, prompt and professional pest control with custom plans tailored just for you. Call TNT Pest Control at 209-9225.
Being in a car accident is one of the most overwhelming and terrifying experiences that you can have. You must then deal with the physical and emotional trauma caused by the accident. Spinal ligament injury is the #1 leading cause of pain and disability following a car accident. If you or a loved one have had a car accident, there's a high likelihood that you've suffered spinal ligaments injury. Here at Titan Medical Center, we specialize in detection, diagnosis, and treatment of car accidents. Call us today.
And keep the pest at bay. Call TNT and we'll blow them away. For a pest-free home or business, you need the best. You need TNT, prompt and professional pest control with custom plans tailored just for you. Call TNT Pest Control at 209-9225.
All right, we're popping back in here. We're still looking over each other's lists. I don't have J.K. Dobbins ranked in my top 25 here. Doc says I'm an idiot for that. I tell him, okay, I guess.
Here's a question I have for you.
Sure.
Who is your number 25th ranked player?
Melvin Gordon.
Who's your number 11th ranked player?
Javonte Williams.
So what's the difference between me having Drew Brees at 10 and Michael Carter at 20?
Because it's Brees Hall, a rookie, and Michael Carter, a second-year player in the Jets offense, which I think averaged 13 points a game last year.
A lot of things changed.
Not enough.
We'll see. Last week you were just gloating upon how great of a draft the Jets had, how much they were going to improve and all this. Now
Oh, for sure.
Going to be?
No, I think they're going to be improved. But going from a 13-point-per-week offense to supporting 2 stud running backs, not happening.
Well, you've got 2 stud running backs being ranked, too. I've got Brees Hall at 10. You have Javonte.
Yeah, the difference is that Javonte had 913 for 8 TDs, and Melvin had 931 for 8 TDs last year.
Because since Brees Hall's a rookie, you're not giving me any credit at all. Even though last year you were telling me how great Javonte Williams was as a rookie.
I think Michael Carter had like 750 for 4. And we don't know what Brees Hall's going to do. Okay, I'm going to guess that Brees Hall's going to do somewhere around 900 to 1,000 yards and 6 to 8 touchdowns.
Here's a bet for you. You take the
I get the Denver running backs. You get the Jets running backs. Sweet. What are we doing?
Go. I buy lunch at B&I, or you buy lunch at B&I.
Right on. Done deal.
Okay.
I win.
Whatever. We'll see.
Oh, I can't wait. And the new menu is coming next week. I cannot wait.
Okay. Let's move to wide receivers. Your number 1 is Cooper Kupp.
Okay.
Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Devontae Adams, and Deebo Samuels are your top 5.
Yep.
I've got the same top. I've got 4 of those top there. Your number 6 is Mike Evans. So let's go over my
number 7 is Mike Evans.
Excuse me. Your number 7 is Mike Evans. I can't read apparently for some reason.
My
number 1 is Justin Jefferson. Number 2 is Devontae Adams. Number 3 is Cooper Kupp. Number 4 is Deebo Samuels. Number 5 is A.J. Brown. Did you move A.J. Brown around at all with the trade, or did you leave number 9 the whole time?
The only reason that A.J. Brown is at 9 for me is because I haven't seen him and Jalen Hurts work together yet.
Okay.
He could be higher than CD, but I know that Dak and CD have been working together for 3 years. Mike Evans, I'm not ranking him outside the top 10 until Blaine Gabbert or Kyle Trask is the QB. And even then, I may not rank him outside of the top 10. He's going to catch 1,000 yards and 10 TDs. Put it in the book.
Okay.
That's what he does.
Okay.
I don't think I can take Tyreek down far enough yet. You have him clear down at 16.
Yeah.
No chance. No chance he's that far down.
And this is a PPR, minor PPR rank. He's not just standard scoring.
You have T. Higgins at 12.
Yes.
I mean, I've got him at 18.
Yeah.
Again, they're not the greatest show on turf. They don't play indoors. They play outdoors. Every one of the stadiums in the AFC North is outdoors.
Where was T. Higgins ranked at last year?
I don't know. 16, 17.
So, And everybody says that he's coming on and doing much better. And Jamar Chase was what ranked last year?
3, 4.
I've got Jamar Chase ranked 6.
5. I don't know.
You've got Tyreek Hill ranked 6. The only reason why Jamar Chase is down on my list because it's a PPR, not a standard scoring league. He doesn't catch a large volume of balls, but what he catches, he goes a long ways with.
Yeah, but I mean, his yardage more than makes up for his shortage. I mean, he's not going to catch as many passes as Devontae.
Correct.
Or Cooper Kupp.
But
It's
Higgins,
not close.
Higgins is going to catch 8 to 12 balls per game. Jamar Chase is going to catch 6 to 9 balls per game.
No way T. Higgins catches 8 to 12 balls a game. I'll bet you $1,000 that T. Higgins does not catch 8 balls a game on average.
We'll see. I'm gonna look what his stats were last year in the sleeper app real quickly here.
Okay.
Your number 7 is Mike Evans. My number 7 is Stephon Diggs. Number 8 for you is CeeDee Lamb. I've got CeeDee Lamb at number 9. I've got Jalen Waddle at number 8.
You know, I had to move Waddle down because of Tyreek's presence. I had to move him. I moved him down to 19. He's not going to catch the 106 balls that he caught last year.
No.
I mean, 90? Yeah, I'm good with 90. But he just can't catch that many with Tyreek being there. Because last year he didn't have anybody to compete with.
And the other reason why is, quite frankly, Tua's throwing the ball to him. And
Well, I mean, Tua threw him the ball last year. He caught a ton of passes. But he just can't get to... I'm trying to find T. Higgins, too.
T.
Now
Higgins had 74 receptions last year.
So that is...
4.6 per game.
Yeah.
On the regular season.
if he played all 17 games.
Well, actually, that's total, so that would be a little bit less. Oh, no, I'm sorry, 74 and then 18 in the postseason.
Which 18 in the postseason over 4-game stretch is about what he should be at.
18 over a
It's 4.5.
4-game stretch.
But we'll see, because the reason why his numbers are going to go up this year is because they're going to use him as
Still
a
the exact
possession
same
wide
number
receiver.
if you add the games
Yeah.
in there.
Tyler Boyd's still there. Yes, they don't. I don't know who they signed at tight end. I know they signed a tight end. Joe Mixon, I think, is going to catch more balls out of the backfield.
We'll see.
No way T. Higgins averages 8 catches a game. 8 catches a game is 136 receptions.
If he plays all 17 games, correct.
0% chance. I'll double down. 5,000 says that T. Higgins will not catch 136
We'll see.
balls
They are
next year.
they are,
He's terrible with names. You're bad with math. Doubling down is not $5,000 on a $1,000 bet.
okay.
Figuratively,
So why do you have CeeDee Lamb ranked number 8?
he's the number 1 wide receiver in Dallas. I mean, I think that this is one of those years. I mean, it's back to the Michael Irvin show. It's the number 1 guy. They've got the number 1 wide receiver in CeeDee Lamb. They got the number 1 tight end in Dalton Schultz. Those are the guys that are going to catch the ball. Name the second wide out in Dallas. Go on, I'll wait. I don't know who it is.
Michael Gallup.
Probably.
He'll miss the first 2 or 3 games.
So why
I
would
would
they just,
rank CeeDee Lamb, though, above Tyreek and possibly Mike Evans.
I
I can't disagree with the others.
I hope that happens because I've got
Because
it.
you have him on the Dynasty.
That's right. I hope that happens. I just bank on Tyreek being crazy fast, and down there in Miami, stupid things happen, and being crazy fast on that field results in him deucing half the people.
30-yard receptions, breaks away, and scores a touchdown.
Yes, a
With
5-yard out.
Yeah. Well, runs down the field 30 yards, catches it, and then runs it in.
Right.
Something stupid. like
Mike
he can't-
Evans.
He had to run 15 yards back and 15 yards back so Tua could throw the out to him.
I don't have Chris Godwin ranked on my list either because I don't know the status of his knee injury. So I don't know how many games he's going to miss. Everybody else is ranking Chris Godwin in the top 20.
I can't put Chris Godwin in the top 20.
I just don't know. I mean, if he's healthy game 1, yeah, he'll be a monster. He'll be just like he was last year. He'll get 15 targets a game and he'll catch 10 to 12.
Okay. Who's your top ranked rookie wide receiver?
Treylon Burks,
And we're at.
13.
I've got Treylon Burks at 17 on my list.
I-
Why do you have Treylon Burks that high?
C. A.J. Brown from 2019.
Okay. I don't.
1,051 yards, 8 TDs.
I hope he is that.
It's a
because
repeat.
If he's that, it's incredible.
He's bigger than AJ. That's what's stupid. He's
And he-
bigger and he's faster.
And he's faster than AJ. Who's your second ranked wide receiver, rookie wide receiver?
Let's see. Drake London.
I have him at 19.
I've got him at 27.
Okay, who's your number 3?
I don't have another one ranked inside my top 30.
I've got Christian Watson at number 22.
There's no chance I can rank a first year wide receiver with Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. I've got Alan Lazard ranked 17. The Call me crazy. Alan Lazard, 900 yards, 10 touchdowns. Put it on the board.
Crazy. Because you are. Everything that I've read, the number one, the person that's projected most to win the Offensive Rookie of the Year, besides Breece Hall, is Christian Watson. The number
it's possible, I guess. I just don't.
Number 3 they're talking about is the kid that Sky Moore
out of Kansas City.
Kansas City drafted.
Okay, so Mecole Hardman scored 6 TDs as a rookie. Mm-hmm. Sky Moore's going to get 6. Mm-hmm. Easy.
I don't disagree.
I mean, maybe 8. I don't know.
And Sky Moore's one of those players that's going to go in this, unless you live in Kansas like what we do, where Sky Moore's going to go in the top 6 rounds. Because there's always some stupid Chief fan that says, I'll take Sky Moore.
Maybe, I guess. I don't know.
If you get him in rounds 8 to 12, the later the better, he could be a person that wins you Super Bowl this next year.
I gotta tell you, there will be 0% chance any redraft league I'm in, I will draft Sky Moore before round 10. 0.
I don't disagree.
0.
But you and I both know there's a stupid Chief fan who will go, I'll take him in the 5th round because he's going to replace Tyreek Hill.
Good.
So
let him take him.
Just an FYI, Offensive Rookie of the Year odds as of right now.
Thank you. Better.
Well, you know.
I know.
Vegas is right a lot.
Yes.
With a lot of things.
I agree.
Chris Olave, did I say that name right?
Olave,
yeah. Plus 700. Kenny Pickett plus 750. Breece Hall plus 800. Treylon Burks plus 800. And then James Cook plus 900. Everybody else is going to be over 1,000. Sorry, Drake London is
the
plus
ones I read were sports writers making their picks. I didn't go to Vegas because I'm like,
I mean, right now,
pull up any site and look at offensive players.
Right now, the smart money, in my opinion, is on Kenny Pickett because I think he starts from day one. And if he wins 10 games as a rookie with Pittsburgh, it's a slam dunk. Unless Breece Hall has 1,500 yards and 12 TDs.
If you Chiefs fans want Sky Moore, he's plus 1,400.
Good luck.
Okay, moving on to tight ends. Who's your number 1 ranked tight end?
Mark Andrews.
Number 2?
I don't even have to look. I haven't made it there yet. But
who has him?
You do because you traded for him.
Oh yeah.
I'm well aware.
I have Mark Andrews ranked number 2. I have Travis Kelce I have Mark Andrews number 1. Travis Kelce number 2. Your number 2 is
Travis Kelce.
Number 3, I have Kyle Pitts.
That's what I've got.
Number 4,
T.J. Hawkinson.
I've got George Kittles.
Yep. You know that I have no respect for George Kittle.
You have no love for the man at all.
I don't. Well, no, I take that back. I like the way he plays. The problem is the way he plays gets him injured.
Does he get him nicked up? I agree.
Now, he's going to have 2 40-point games this year. Mm-hmm. You don't know when they're going to come.
Yep.
But he's going to have 2 of them.
He's going to have consistent, when healthy, 10 to 15-point games.
Sometimes.
In your number 6, your number 5 is Dawson Knox. My number 5 is Dawson Knox. Your number 5 is George Kittle.
Yep.
My number 6 is Pat Freiermuth. You've got Pat Freiermuth not even in the top 12.
Nope.
That's dumb.
Not at all.
That's dumb.
Not at all. It's not Big Ben throwing to him anymore.
He didn't do shit last year.
He did what?
He didn't do a whole lot last year.
No, he was.
Freiermuth?
Yeah, he wasn't very good.
Okay, your number 7 is Dalton Schultz.
Yep.
My number
Monster.
7. Dalton Schultz. Your number 8 is Hunter Henry. My number 8 is T.J. Hawkinson. Why have Hawkinson so low? Who's throwing the ball to him?
Jared Goff.
And they just added a very good offensive weapon, didn't they?
Yes, which means he'll be open all the time underneath.
We'll see
the problem. Remember, T.J. Hawkinson blew up the first 2 weeks, and then they said, "Oh, we're going to shut this guy down."
Because they had nobody else to throw to.
Right.
Then St. Brown came along and.
Then Hawkinson got injured, and then they had no choice because they had nothing else. They had to throw everything to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Mm-hmm. And that's when he exploded.
Because
volume catcher. Buck wild.
Yeah, and Seth still owns him, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, number 9 for me is Dallas Goedert. Number 9 for you is Dallas Goedert as well. You have Gronkowski ranked. He hadn't even signed a contract yet. How can he even ranked?
Because Brady's
that's
back
just
and so
dumb.
The Gronk signal has not went out yet. When Brady is ready, he's gonna line up the Gronk signal.
When non-mandatory OTAs are done.
What is the Gronk signal?
The Gronk signal.
What is it?
It's
like the bat signal, but what's it?
It's the opposite of that T-Mobile commercial when
Right.
Tom's going to call him and say, "Come back and play another year. Let's run it back."
Right. That's all it's going to take.
The
Gronk, you're coming back. Okay, Tom.
Yeah. All right. Fine.
I don't have him ranked yet because I'm not getting ranked with under contract. But he will be probably a top 15 tight end at that point in time and catch touchdown passes in the playoffs.
I can't believe you have Darren Waller ranked so low. Who's going to cover this guy?
Where's your Darren Waller? Oh, he's got him ranked 6.
6.
I told you earlier this year that I thought Darren Waller was on the tail end of his career, and I stand by that.
Yeah. Well, I have Zach Ertz at 12. You have him at 13, so we're pretty close there. All right, we'll be right back.
Keep the pest at bay. Call TNT and we'll blow them away. For a pest-free home or business, you need the best. You need TNT. Prompt and professional pest control with custom plans tailored just for you. Call TNT Pest Control at 209-9225.
Being a crack is one of the most overwhelming and terrifying experiences that you can have. You must then deal with the physical and emotional trauma caused by the accident. Spinal ligament injury is the #1 leading cause of pain and disability following a car accident. If you or a loved one have had a car accident, there's a high likelihood that you've suffered spinal ligaments injury. Here at Titan Medical Center, we specialize in detection, diagnosis, and treatment of car accidents. Call us today.
And keep the pest at bay. Call TNT and we'll blow them away. For a pest-free home or business, you need the best. You need TNT. Prompt and professional pest control with custom plans tailored just for you. Call TNT Pest Control at 209-9225.
And we're back, and Tom's still doing crack.
No, I'm putting together my list of guys that I'm going to draft and win again with, and Doc is putting his list together of guys he's going to draft and lose with. And by the way, pancakes?
They're coming, don't worry. They'll be done before the season kicks off.
Oh my God, we're never going to get this pancake thing done.
I am going to pay off my pancake debt, no problems whatsoever.
Sure you are. Okay, we're moving on to kickers. We'll go through my top 5 real quick, then we'll shoot over to yours. I rank Nick Folk #1, Justin Tucker, Matt Gay, Daniel Carlson, Evan McPherson. You go Justin Tucker, Tyler Bass, Greg Zuerlein, Ingve Koo, and Daniel Carlson.
Now, I did not update the kickers or the defense today because some of us have this thing called a job we have to do. And so Greg Zuerlein would not be ranked that high since he's currently unemployed.
No, he's not.
Who's he kicking for now?
The Jets.
The Jets? Well, he'd be a little bit lower than #3 on my list because I don't think the opportunity is going to be there as much as it should be.
Now, if it was a punter,
He'd be, yeah, we'll see about that one. You
So-
have Nick Foles #1. Why?
Nick Folk. Okay, so up until literally the final kick of the season, he was the #1 kicker. Daniel Carlson makes a 50-yarder to pass Nick Folk for the overall scoring lead and become the #1 kicker. Okay. So, if anything, I mean, I love Daniel Carlson because he kicks indoors 9 games a year. Half 10, because at least 8 of the games he's going to be with the Raiders indoors, and then he's going to have one more at LA with the Chargers. But New England's offense didn't get any better. They, at best, stayed the same.
Their offensive line got better.
Okay. But Belichick is not going to pass up kicking field goals.
No.
Once they hit the 40, it's kicking.
Unlike the LA Chargers coach, he kicks the field goals when you're supposed to.
Yes. In some cases, he kicks too many field goals.
I don't
but
disagree.
What's that good for? The guy who has the New England kicker.
Yep.
So until Nick Folk or until New England stops kicking field goals, basically when Belichick retires, they're my #1 guys. Steven Gostkowski, Adam Vinatieri, where were they always drafted as kickers?
1 to 5. I still love Justin Tucker over him. Justin Tucker's the most consistent kicker.
Justin Tucker is the best kicker in the league, talent-wise.
And with with Baltimore's receiving core, didn't do him a lot of favors as far as being able to get touchdowns.
Lamar's still going to run some in. So, I mean, they're still good. I agree that there are some weeks Justin Tucker is going to have 3 50 or 60 yarders. And those are going to be ones where he wins you the week. But the opportunity cost of drafting Justin Tucker is lots lower because everybody knows who he is.
Especially
you
when
can
that
get Nick Folk.
That redhead stepchild Nick's in the league because it always takes him like the 5th round.
Right.
And then gloats about it too. And then
I took Justin Tucker, Tommy. Yeah, no kidding, Nick. Congratulations.
Here's a surprise face.
Right. Matt Gay with the Rams, they're gonna kick field goals. Again, they play indoors. Mm-hmm. They're gonna kick a ton. Daniel Carlson, love him. Evan McPherson, he was a stud as a rookie with the Bengals. Mm-hmm. He's gonna be a stud again.
I don't disagree.
Harrison Butker with the Chiefs, they're gonna score a lot of points. He's a great one to have. Brandon McManus, he's high on my list. He's not high on your list, but he should be
on my list because I think the Denver's defense is going to be that bad.
You just admitted that you didn't change it. They're going to be a lot better.
Seattle, I would still leave them there because what did they do to improve their offense during the draft?
Besides trade for Russell Wilson?
What did they do to improve their offense when I made this list back in March? Nothing. They already had Russell Wilson at that point in time.
I know. I don't know why you're not higher on Brandon McManus.
Because I don't like their offense.
They play half their games in Mile High.
I don't like their offense.
They're going to score more points.
We'll see.
Oh, my gosh. I have Matt Prater next, kicking with Arizona, again, indoors, kicks long field goals. Jake Elliott, Philadelphia, kicks a lot of field goals there. Here's where I have Tyler Bass at 10. He took a step back last year for me.
I've got Tyler Bass at number 2 because I don't think the Buffalo's offense is going to be very good at punching the ball in when it gets inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, they were horrible. Josh Allen's terrible.
No, Josh Allen's a stud. The only problem is what did they do in the draft to help themselves?
Besides draft a running back?
They didn't draft the right running back.
That's terrible.
I agree. They did not draft the right running back.
They did not draft the running back.
They drafted Kiar, I don't know, Elam.
They didn't do anything to make that.
Who everybody lauds them for. I don't know this cat.
They didn't do
Maybe
anything
he's
to
great.
make that offense better in the draft at all.
Exactly. No, they did not do anything better, but Josh Allen is still a monster.
I don't disagree. But Josh Allen can't.
Both have
what
suck
are you
up
do?
at 11.
You're gonna put one guy on Diggs and put 10 guys in the box and say, what is he gonna do? We're gonna stop Josh Allen.
Still gonna score 40 points a game.
Yeah.
Probably. That means there's going to be 3 field goals and.
Did they lose
4
anything
points
last year?
They lost Emmanuel Sanders, Cole Beasley.
Cole's an unvaccinated POS, so he's.
I don't know what else.
The guy himself.
Yeah.
I'm not playing in the NFL.
Okay, who's your top defense, Tom?
I left my defense pretty much the same. I've got the Rams on top. I just don't see how they don't continue to force turnovers and score. Again, let me say that my rankings are based on scoring. Mm-hmm. Because really, I hate that we have all these points attached to defense in the Agents League. It's ridiculous. There's no reason that your defense should ever outscore a starting running back.
Well, they should if they have 2 pick sixes.
You got Poopsburg ahead of Dallas.
I do have Poopsburg ahead of Dallas. Dallas is only on here because they're going to score. I mean, they'll probably score 2 against the Commodes. See, 1 in each game.
I have the Bills at number 1 because the other team is going to be perpetually in the catch-up mode.
I added the Bills in here.
That leads to a lot of sacks, pick sixes, and just pickoffs itself.
Yeah,
especially adding.
I just don't.
Who'd they add?
They drafted
Von Miller.
Oh, they did add Von Miller. You're correct.
Strip sack, pickup, touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, and maybe that's why I did remember that they added Von Miller, but I put him in at 6, where before I didn't even have him on the list.
My number 2 team's the 49ers. Yours is Pittsburgh.
Yep.
I think that, Pittsburgh, the only thing Pittsburgh's got going against them is the rookie quarterback.
Okay.
Turning the ball over, putting them in bad situations, points being given up.
Okay.
But Pittsburgh's defense is a top 3 defense.
Pittsburgh is I'm not betting against Pittsburgh defense. It's not happening.
Number 3, I have the Bucks. You have Dallas.
Dallas is going to Micah Parsons, Dexter Lawrence, Toast Diggs. I mean, they're still going to create turnovers, sacks, and touchdowns.
He's going to get what?
He's going to get you points.
He's going to get points, and he's going to give up points. It's just the way it is.
He's not going to give me points. He's not. There's no way in God's green earth he gets as many interceptions this year as he did last year.
I agree.
I mean, they said the same
And
thing.
you take the interceptions away in Diggs.
But he's still going to have 7 or 8 interceptions.
He won't have that many. He'll be able to have 5.
No, they're going to continue to throw the ball at him because
for
he gives
sure
up
they are.
1,000 yards, so he'll get his interceptions. He'll get
For
10.
sure they are.
10 at least.
I don't think he'll get 10.
I think he's going to get 5 if he's lucky.
I'll take the over on that. Case of Blue Moon.
Put it on the board.
I haven't agreed to it yet.
We both have. You just did. We both have New England at 4. There's a. I'm not betting against New England defense. It's just not happening. I don't care who's there.
Belichick perpetually puts out a top defense and a top scoring defense every single year, no matter who he has back there. You could give him the Jacksonville defense. It will be a top 10 defense just because it's Bill Belichick.
It will turn it around.
Scheming.
Yes, he'll turn it around.
Number 5, I have the Titans. You have.
I have New Orleans there. I'm going to go
with either one of them.
I'm going to go back to one stat. What has happened to Tom Brady twice during the regular season, each of the last 2 years while he was in Tampa? He's been shut out.
0-4.
Shut out twice. They're a good defense. They're going to have a bad game or 2.
Kept their defense intact.
I have them at 10. Losing, I think, Rashad Evans. That hurts
Rashad
him.
Evans wasn't even starting the last half of last year.
Okay. I thought he led him in tackles, but I may be wrong.
We get Caleb Farley back. We drafted a guy in the second round who they're saying is still the draft at cornerback.
Okay. We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
And we get to the quarterback really
I mean,
well.
I still have him ranked top 10, so I'm not really.
We got Big Jeff up front along with Landry.
He's a monster.
And injured last year. Name escaped me. Signed from Pittsburgh.
Devin Bush? No.
The name escapes you? What the hell you say?
Shocking, right?
Number 6, you have Buffalo. I have Indianapolis.
Yeah, I have Indianapolis 7. So
Indianapolis plays Jacksonville twice and Houston twice. Need I say more?
And Tennessee.
Tennessee's offense is going to be decent this year.
Maybe. We'll see.
Okay. So
you never know when you're going to get the Ryan Tannehill F up the game.
Yeah. Speaking of Tannehill, man, he made a stupid comment this week, didn't he? Or last week. It's not my job to mentor Malik Willis.
I understand what he's saying.
I don't care.
I understand what he's saying.
That doesn't bother me that much.
The groom's better take his job from him.
It's a dick move to say out loud, but he's also not wrong. Why don't I bring in Tommy's replacement and why don't you mentor him? And then when he's ready,
everything you know.
When he's ready, then we'll give him your job.
Yeah.
I don't disagree, but their handwriting's on the wall. Tannehill's got most 2 seasons left in Tennessee.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
I'm going to say he's got 2 seasons left just because I think Malik Willis is a little bit further behind than what we think he is as far as being able to.
It sounded worse than what it was supposed to be.
Oh, it did. And then that was also, if you look at the whole interview, Tannehill last year after the 3-interception game basically went into a hole and became a very, very, very dark place with which to be.
Yeah, I mean...
which happened.
But yeah, they were the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
And he crapped the bed and threw the ball to the Bengals nowhere near the Titans receivers twice.
I know. And the last one he threw into quadruple coverage.
It was literally like he was throwing the game.
It looked that way, especially the last interception where he threw the ball literally to a tight end who had 4 people directly around him and 2 more within arm's reach.
Right.
And you're going, your whole job was to not turn the ball over at this point in time, and at worst go to overtime, and you did that.
Right.
Brilliant. Okay. So
All
what
right.
are we going to cover next week?
Next week we will definitely do a schedule review. You've probably already heard about the Christmas games. You've heard about Week 10 Cowboys, Packers, the 2 Monday night games. That's going to become a regular deal. That's super exciting. We'll cover all that and what it means for fantasy next week.
Peace out.
See ya. So as far as our rankings, they'll also change up next week.
Yeah, they will. So we'll have to go back to and re-rank people next week based upon scheduling.
Based upon the early scheduling, because depending on what games fall out, we've got the big news with Arizona where D-Hop's out 6 games. We don't know what Deshaun's out, so we'll definitely want to look at the first 8 to 10 games
Deshaun's not out anything right now.
Right, but we don't know if he will be or not. And I kind of get that feeling like they can't really suspend him this year before the trial, before the civil suits get settled or at least go to trial. Because if stuff really comes out that's ugly in those, they're going to want to suspend him again.
For 1 to 2 years, based upon what the Major League Baseball did with Trevor Bauer.
Depending on what comes out.
If it's as ugly as... Because Trevor Bauer had the DA refuse to press charges. The judge in the court for the restraining order actually said, "Oh, no, we don't see anything here." So he's actually been cleared by not only the DA, but by the judge going through this thing, and he still got suspended for 2 weeks because of how ugly the incident was.
For 2 years.
2 years. I'm sorry, for 2 years, based upon how ugly the incident was with him having rough sex with her that she consented to, in her words, as well.
Yeah. It's all crazy.
So this taking place with him, if Major League Baseball becomes a standard bearer for domestic abuse or sexual abuse, man, the NFL's got to follow suit minimum. He might be gone 1 to 2 years based upon what this comes out as.
Yeah, and I think there'll have to be some consideration for
those
the year he took off last year.
He did not take last year off. He was paid accordingly to his contract. They did not activate him, but he was paid accordingly to his contract. He was not suspended.
Yeah, I get that, but there was a reason that they didn't.
Yeah, because Houston wanted to trade him, and they didn't want him to get hurt before they'd be on hook for the contract going any further.
Yeah, I don't think that you're going to get in a courtroom and try to say we're going to further suspend him after basically we didn't let him play.
He hasn't been suspended. That's like you going to work and giving your 2 weeks notice. Your boss
Let me tell you what's going to happen.
This person you trained this
Let me
person.
tell you what's going to happen. They're going to side with Deshaun's ability as a worker over the NFL trying to suspend him extra time.
What ability as a worker? He got paid for his ability to work. Houston decided not to use his skills.
And what was Houston's record?
Doesn't matter.
It does matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
It certainly matters in
it
a
does
court
not
where
matter.
12 people are deciding the.
It does not matter. He got paid for the job that he did, and that's to be on
All
the
right,
roster
fine.
for the Houston Texans.
I'm done. I'm done arguing about it. I know that you are arguing a point, and you're not arguing what will happen in the real world.
No, in the real world, he could possibly be suspended somewhere between 1 to 2 years, based upon the Trevor Bauer hour thing. And by the way, Trevor Bauer was suspended 3/4 of last year, and got zero time served for that last year.
Well, let
he
him
was
appeal
suspended.
and do all of that fun stuff.
And he was suspended by the league.
Again, Trevor Bauer
Watson
could be
wasn't.
suspended for 2 years, and he can still pitch another 10 years.
No, he's done. At his age, he's pretty much done.
I thought he's like 30.
He's like 34.
He's in his early 30s, but he's in. I mean, he vlogs all the time.
He's not going to. If you don't pitch for 2.5 years, you lose it.
Well, who says he's not going to pitch? I mean, he can still do simulated games. He can do all of that
With who?
type of stuff.
He can't be in the Los Angeles Dodgers.
No, he does. He goes with like college kids and some of these other guys that.
And that's still simulated for Major League Baseball.
But have you? Well, he's done a simulation of pitching an entire game. On his vlog, he's very active.
And by the way, I think the 2-year suspension was absolutely insane. He should have been reinstated once the judge said there's nothing here.
I don't disagree with you. He's 31.
Okay, I thought he was 34.
Yeah, 31.
It might have been the time that the contract was over with.
How strange.
Well, it might have been by the time the
I'm
contract
right
got over
again.
with. You weren't right. You said he was
I'm
30.
gonna have to get a new shirt, aren't I?
You said he was
I
30.
wasn't right. I said he was 30. No, he's 34.
No, he's 31. He's not 30.
No,
So he'll be 33.
in The Price is Right, you lose and he wins. He was closest.
Good call. Closest without going
When
over.
the Price is Right become the standard for all this.
When you decided not to pay for
Yeah,
better internet.
when you popped off and said a bunch of dumb
happens to
shit
this?
like you always do.
He's not wrong.
I don't say a lot. The stuff, my rankings were rankings I put together. I felt like that was where to rank them at. You think they're dumb? That's fine.
No,
not a
I love
problem.
it because I mean, every ranking that you do, I profit off of, so I'm very pleased.
And so, we'll see who's right and who's wrong.
That's right. Or as I said earlier, a la the Princess Bride, who is right and who is dead.
We'll see.
The big news, of course, is going to be the schedule release. I know that people who are probably watching this, it's already happened. Next year, of course, the schedule release is going to be multiple days.
Just released tomorrow, not today.
Those of you, I mean, well, nobody who's watching this on Sunday is
On anymore.
but
McCarthy goes back to Lambeau week 10.
yep, that's a good one.
Tennessee plays at Buffalo week 2 is the one that came across
They
my mind
released
the
they
most.
released a handful of bigger games. We have Jacksonville as the first game.
Hey, that'll be a good game for you.
What? How do you know you have Jacksonville?
That's what somebody had posted.
At Jacksonville or at Dallas?
I don't know. I didn't read that far.
Better almost at Dallas.
Yeah, otherwise the clowns will be out.
Who cares? I mean, yeah, I mean, it'll be fun over the next few weeks, too, to go, that's a win, that's a loss, that's a win, that's a loss.
Well, and also, you and I will be able to actually do some NFL futures once we dive into that.
Yeah, one of the other things that I had that we didn't
We're out in
get to,
Vegas.
You're going to Vegas?
In August.
You decided to go?
In August.
I want to go.
With that $5,000 he's going to win.
I didn't make a $5,000 bet. I bet Blue Moon.
That's after the season.
I bet Blue Moon
I can hedge
and
against that.
And a lunch at BNI, and that was it.
Sure you got the $5,000 bet?
I'm sure I didn't make a $5,000 bet.
One of the other things I wanted to get to was the strength of schedule rankings that were out there. We can do that next week too,
With the schedule coming in.
and the win-loss totals. So that'll be good to go over.
And the problem with the strength of schedule is teams like Tennessee and Indianapolis benefit because our strength of schedule is lower because we get
Houston and Jacksonville.
twice,
Yeah.
Indianapolis,
And teams like Kansas City and the Raiders.
I think
and the
Kansas
Chargers
City has the toughest
are gonna
schedule,
beat the
and
hell out of
the
each other.
Ravens had the easiest schedule. I
I think
thought.
so. And Dallas had like the 31st ranked schedule or something like that because once again they play Houston and they played the Eagles twice, the Commodes twice.
The Giants twice.
That's and
Well,
then they play Houston and Jacksonville.
Yeah.
But there's 6
They're going to
easy
be
games.
hurt playing the Eagles. I think
The
the
Eagles
Eagles.
are going to win the NFC East.
I think the Eagles can get them.
But yes, to answer your question, yes, he's going to Vegas. But regardless, you should be able to bet those here in Kansas by that time.
I'm going to think it's going to be more like January.
It's on her
Oh
desk.
no, they'll want to get it. They'll want to get
We
all
thought-
that money from the NFL
Oh, I don't
season.
disagree. I thought I originally when the bill was passed, I thought it was going to go into effect July 1.
No, it
I
can
don't
go.
think
It
that-
can go into effect immediately, but
But
then
I don't think they're
it'll
going
take
to
them
have.
90
I don't
days.
think they're going to have the background, the laws, that type of stuff passed to go along.
Right,
with
there's
it
a
as
lot
far
of
as
things
that
that
stuff.
they still have to do. She still hasn't signed it yet. It's sitting on her desk.
There's a lot of background stuff.
I
you
mean,
have to go through
what
to make that
does she got to
decision.
do, right?
Yeah.
And what else is she doing?
She's not passing the exit, the food cut deal. So
She vetoed that one.
yeah. But I was having drinks and cigars with some friends of mine from the state representative side, and they had the lobbyist for the sports betting and legalization of marijuana female there.
Buying their drinks and cigars.
Yeah. So
Must be nice to be sat hanging out with all these.
I had to pay for my own
Bigwigs.
shit. I was pissed.
Hold on, you actually pay for stuff?
Yeah, I was pissed. That's not how this works.
Yeah, weird. How strange.
Yeah. Anything else?
Nope, I think we're done for this week. We'll talk more about this next week when we get the strength of schedule and rankings. We'll go over rankings again because I'm sure they'll be revised again.
Oh yeah. Yep, we'll revise them again.
And we're looking forward to next week when we get to talk more fantasy football as we go on.
Yeah, we're probably going to have to do one of our first mock drafts pretty soon. So we might have to request some participants to do a mock draft room with and get some feedback. So anybody that's still out there watches this later, send the show an email, reach out to Doc or Seth or I.
We'll do that before the show. That way we're not taking up a bunch of dead time.
Absolutely, we will.
So,
We'll do on-air recap only.
Exactly.
Alrighty, gentlemen.
Be well. Have a good week, guys.
See ya.